All right, you feather merchants. This is a story that happened on a Nevada test site in very early 80s, at the latest mid 80, and it's a it's a Bigfoot story. And normally these Bigfoot stories are a bunch of bullshit. It's like made up stories, and but this one I kind of believe something happened, and I'm going to explain the whole story to you. Anyway, like I said, it happened on a Nevada test site. And at first, secretary out there, she told me about it. And at first, when she told me the story, I thought she was joking, But she says, no, I'm really serious. And I'll introduce you to the truck driver that saw this. So, and she did. I met this guy, and he was kind of reluctant to talk about it, but he said that this happened and it's not a bullshit story. Anyway, this is to the best of my knowledge, this is what took place. This driver, I believe he was driving a food truck. He was on his way to Area 12, and Area 12 had a long road, straight road that was had an incline to it. So if you're driving the truck, you'd have to downshift to go up the hill. And according to him, he said out of his rear view mirror, he saw something, and he looked, and he said it was like this big hairy creature running across the desert, running towards his truck where he was driving. And he said it was like, he said a man cannot run this fast, and they're not that big. He said it was a big creature anyway, and he described it just like all these other Bigfoot sightings. Some he's really hairy, and they take long strides, much longer than a human would. Anyway, he said that he saw this creature running towards his truck, and right away he downshifted, and he's trying to build up momentum, and he said this creature is gaining on him. And he gets on a radio. Of course, he's got a radio in his truck, the net radio, and he gives out a mayday cry for help. And of course, he's telling security, he's got this hairy creature chasing him. They're probably thinking this guy is lost his mind, or if he's playing a joke. It's not very funny, because you don't want to do that on the net radios. So anyway, he puts the call out, the distress call, and according to him, he said the creature made it all the way to the road that he was on, and was gaining momentum on the truck, where finally his speed started picking up, and he started driving faster than the creature could run. And he said, according to him, the creature ran across the road and into the desert on the other side of the road. This guy took a lot of harassment over this. He doesn't have proof. It's what he saw, and it's what he said he saw, and a lot of people harassed him over this. And they, I don't know who approved this, but the painters had actually painted large footprints going diagonally across the road that he claims where he saw Bigfoot. And those I saw with my own eyes, the Bigfoot prints that was painted on the road. So anyway, it's kind of interesting. I don't know what to make of it. At first I thought, well, maybe it's the guards. They're in a gorilla suit, and I suggested that to him, and he said, "There's no way." He said, I mean, he would be able to tell the difference, and he said this creature was big, and it was running fast, and it was running towards him, and he was scared enough to call for help over the net radio. Anyway, it's like I said in my Area 51 video. I did 10 years out there in Nevada test site, and at no time did I ever run into Bigfoot or aliens from another planet. And I'll tell you what I did run into is a lot of coyotes and rattlesnakes. A lot of rattlesnakes. Oh my gosh! Every year we'd have iron workers get bit by those guys, and I used to tell them, you don't put your hands like underneath the pile of iron. If you can't see under there, you look first before you put your hand there, because snakes are gonna be attracted to any cool area. It's hot out there, and invariably you'd have an ironworker get bit once a year, like clockwork. And I used to, when I'd work out, they had a really nice workout facility there, and I would always get really good workouts, and then I'd run. And I'd generally run 2 or 3 miles out in the desert. And usually, frequently, I would run across a rattlesnake on the road, trying to cool off, and you have to run around him, And but the coyotes, they were more of a concern to me. Not necessarily when I'd see them by themselves, but when you see 2 or 3 of them on the side of the road, I would always stop running, grab a couple of rocks, keep eye contact with those animals, and it wouldn't scare them. They'd watch me. But I thought, I'm out in the middle of this desert, and if they attack, at least one of them's I'm gonna hurt at least one of them. But they never did. They would just look at you, and but I didn't want to continue running because they think it's prey and they run after you. And one funny incident, I think it was either an electrician or a pipe fitter. He was coming home late in the camp from a snack bar, and he had his snack. He was carrying it, and of course he'd been drinking. And he said, out of nowhere, he never heard him or saw a coyote ran right by him, grabbed his snack from the snack bar, and kept running, and it scared the shit out of him. But he said the coyote never bit him or anything, but he did take his food away from him, and that shows you how brave they are. They're coming right into the camp at night, and they'd do something like that. And it was really cool listening to them howl at night. I mean, out there in the desert, it'd be. You can see all the stars. It's beautiful, and but you'd hear the coyotes howling at each other. And anyway, it's not about the coyotes; it's about Bigfoot. And I just thought I'd share that with you. And I never read about or heard about another incident, a Bigfoot incident on the Nevada test site. I have no idea. The test site is big. I mean, it's I don't know. I'm sure it's I think I've read where it was the size of Rhode Island or bigger, And I know they have a mesa with wild horses up there. I saw those. I mean, it's beautiful up there. Anyway, you feather merchants, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next video. All right.